I always want to play my best, regardless of how many opportunities I get. And I'm glad we had a good win today. Obviously, that's the main goal. And I had a difficult week. I had a rough week, kind of like you mentioned, just getting dinged up a little bit at practice. Wasn't 100% certain I would be able to play. And being able to get that opportunity, thanks to God. Anybody that follows me, on Instagram. I don't know if anybody uses Instagram, but I share a lot of my faith on there in prayers. And throughout the whole week, there was a lot of things going on, and just the constant conversations with God, and it all worked out.
Are you share with us what got dinged up?
I don't think so.
Sorry, a follow-up. The 32-yard run, it seemed to get you going, but maybe the one before that even. Did it feel that way to you? It feels, watching it seemed like it gave the stadium a lift and maybe your teammates too, but on the field, does it feel that way in the moment?
It does. Once you have one like that, I don't really remember the run before it, but you have that, it gets you going. I'm on the sideline and jump up and try to get back as fast as I can because I just want to show Coach Longo to let me get it again. And the same thing, on the carries after that, just getting up, getting back to the line of scrimmage and telling them to give me the ball. And then, I think that's definitely energizing for not just me, but the entire team.
If I remember correctly, it was just between the tackles, but you powered through several guys. It was one of those plays where you can see it back like, I want to affect the game. The 6-yard run before the 32-yard.
Yeah, I don't. My mind's
Okay.
Can't recall, but.
You said there were a lot of things going on this week. I assume beyond any injury stuff, was it battling with not getting the touches that you wanted last week? And I know Coach Fickle mentioned you guys had a conversation Sunday. Like, how challenging was that for you this week? Because you do feel like you maybe earned the right for those touches, and how do you deal with that knowing it's a new offense and maybe they want to work other guys in?
Right. It's it was tough, like I mentioned. Obviously conversations were had about the game last week, and I thought there was great communication, between me, Coach Fick, Coach Longo, and Coach Spalding. And my kind of thought that I brought to them was, do they have the confidence in me, and regardless if I'm 100% or not. And they made it completely clear that that's not the case at all. They have 100% full confidence in me, and obviously I do it myself too. So I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't anything like that, because like I said, I always wanted to affect the game, or have a big impact on the game. So just that communication helped us play better today.
You mentioned before the season about being more active as a receiver this year. Number of catches have been up, but are you still adjusting to what to do out in space once you get the ball to try to be as productive as a receiver as you are as a runner?
Yeah, I think I am. I think it's a little bit of a different feel.
Yeah.
And we one of the conversations I had with Coach Spalding this past week, I think it was on my first catch against Washington State, and the safety came down and he made a good play. But it was just like, I feel like if that were to be a run that I bounce outside or a pitch, something like that, I'm probably busting them up a little bit and making a bigger play than what I did. So definitely still adjusting to that, and that comes along with just getting reps and practice. I'm definitely trying to be better in that area.
I'd say Braelon, kind of going off what was asked earlier, but I think in the third quarter, through 3 games, you scored 48 points. Just what has gone into that third quarter? Has there been anything said at halftime, or is it just something what's been going on with that third quarter?
I don't know. But I think the coaches do obviously a great job making adjustments at the half, and I think that was the biggest thing today. Their D coordinator came from Buffalo, so we've seen this defense before, and we knew what pressures they were going to bring. We knew what to expect overall. Kind of just didn't do a good job in playing against that, in the first half. And we talked about it in the locker room and came out and we made the proper adjustments to counter the pressures that we knew they were bringing in certain situations, and it definitely helped.
Is that what this team can be? You think that third quarter version that we've seen through weeks is that the hope? I mean, obviously you have to carry it over the full games, but do you think that's the potential of this team? That window?
Yeah, and I think, like I said before, just going forward, the goal is always going to be to start the same way that we finished. We run out to start the game. It's got to be the same as it's been when we run out for the second half.
You mentioned before you had a conversation with coaches about, do you have 100% faith in me? I think it was, do you have faith in me even if I'm not 100%? Were you banged up at all in the Washington State game, or are you saying that was a conversation based on where you were at going into this game?
Yeah, I was a little bit banged up just from one of the plays in the Buffalo game. Nothing serious. Obviously I felt pretty good playing. But yeah, they knew that, so that's kind of why that came to my head.
When did you know you were going to be able to play this week? Because you said you weren't sure.
Yeah. After my first couple plays, honestly.
Because you ended up in the injury tent a little bit there in the first half.
Oh, yeah, that's for something else. Yeah.
Okay, so you had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So, let's go one more for Braelon. Was it just trying to get loose there on the sideline? Is that what it was for you? Like, not in the tent, but like on the sideline?
Yeah, basically.
Very good. What was halftime like for you? Because you had the discussions through the week with your coaches, and then the first half was kind of more of the same, right? I mean, were there further discussions, or did you stay quiet? No.
Yeah, basically stay quiet and trusted the adjustments they were making, and it says right here we knew things were going to change in the second half. I mean, after our last few carries in the first half, we told Coach Spalding, we know it's coming. We could feel things starting to get spread out a little bit, and I think a big part of that was Tanner throwing out of some run plays and keeping the defense honest and just trusting the adjustments at halftime.
Thank you.